Post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, is a psychiatric disorder that can occur following the experience or witnessing of a life-threatening event. An estimated 30% of the men and women who spent time in war zones experience PTSD.
Well, I've had a lot of guys say that I was crazy, psychotic or something like that, which I really wasn't.
Edward Garcia and David Bridges served in separate wars decades apart from each other, but their struggles with PTSD, including depression and anxiety, are the same.
You might see it as weakness or whatever, but unless you've been through it and been in combat or in war, you can't explain it to anybody.
Both agree that medication is the first step to recovery, but that the mass amount of pills can affect soldiers negatively. Bridges says once he began to be treated for PTSD, he was bombarded with medications that stripped him of motivation.
They threw so much at me. I didn't know what to do with myself a lot of the times. I think I was more depressed when I was started the medication.
Advocates for use of medical marijuana by veterans say the plant should be an option and support the idea of veterans being able to make the choice and decide how to medicate and treat themselves based on their individual needs.
Let the patients choose. Let their voice be heard. Put it on the list of acceptable drugs for these patients to be able to administer.
But some are still skeptical.
Anything is going to numb you to what you're feeling, then that means you're not addressing the real problem.
Marijuana is still considered a Schedule I drug, which defines it as a drug with no currently accepted medical use and a high potential of abuse. However, research has shown that in terms of PTSD, there could be benefits.
The science is absolutely, totally crystal clear on this, okay? Marijuana is good for about 13 separate medical conditions, period.
But the VA says there is no reason to believe that medical marijuana is a solution for PTSD.
There's no research evidence supporting the use of any illegal substance or marijuana in areas where it might be legal for PTSD.
But is this something that Texas is even considering? Could it be possible for the state to legalize the controversial drug?
My advice for a state like Texas would be do baby steps. Follow these other states like Maine, Oregon, Washington. Allow a very small amount of dispensaries in the beginning, let the kinks get worked out, let the public get educated on the industry, and then ramp it up from there.
Some say they are not directly opposed to the idea of legalizing the drug. They just want to make sure it is done right.
The right way to do it is by scientific research, proper investigation. The medicine by the ballot box just really puts public health at risk.